go again, folks. Told you there'd be another one. Welcome to another episode of Spilling Tea. I am your host, Tiffany Daniels. We're going back to that horrible world known as the JRC, but before we do, some calming tea and the usual rant, because I'm just so done today. It's Thanksgiving. Can you all just... This is why fuck off, neurotypical society, okay? Leave us atypical brains the fuck alone. Can we do that for one solid day? One day. One day is all I'm asking. Anyone want to explain to me why the fuck the rumor about JD dating Joelle Rich is being brought up again on Thanksgiving nonetheless? To quote Peter Griffin, oh my god, who the hell cares? All I care about is that the man is happy. If he's taking requests, more documentaries, please, sir. You got a gift for him, and I really like my documentaries. Other than that, I don't give a shit. Who cares? Why is this news? And why are we constantly caring one way or the other? Neurotypical folks, those that I get along with in the JD community, stop! Let the man have a life. You don't need to know all the details of his life. If he's with a person, fantastic. Good for him. I hope they make him happy. I hope they're both happy. I hope they get a couple of dogs. Dogs are awesome. I'm just saying. It's not our business. Why are we so up in a complete stranger's business? Why is this relevant? Oh, that's right, it isn't. Go read a book. Go crochet. Go watch a movie. Find a documentary. Go walk outside. Take some pictures. It's just becoming about around winter, so I'm going to have my camera out here pretty soon. It doesn't matter. Just stop. I really got to stop looking at Twitter before I start doing one of these things. This is why, I know I've said it 1,000 times, I fear to breach out into the larger world of Twitter out of the autistic and disability and nerd communities. We don't talk about this shit because, granted, we hope the individuals are happy, don't get us wrong, but we don't care about their personal business because it has nothing to do with us. Their current projects, yeah. Now we're talking. You want to talk about projects that they're involved in regards to putting movies out or music? Now you've got my attention. Full up. What's up? What's happening? Anything else is their business. They're allowed to have a private life away from the rest of us. Just saying. As a person who deals with my own psychotic fanboys, who sometimes end up at my door, that's just me. I'm not world famous like these individuals are. Can we not turn into a bunch of fucking creepers? Is that too much to ask for? It's not our business. Let it go. Just let it go. Okay. Now moving on. Remind me to not look at Twitter before I do the third and final video for today. In the description box, you're going to find a link to the article that the Judge Rotenberg Educational Center doesn't want you to read. It is written by NeuroClastic, a small non-for-profit started by autistics for autistics, wherein they interviewed and surveyed over 900 ABA professionals in regards to the JRC's quote-unquote behavioral modification program. Matter of fact, the JRC doesn't want you to read this article so bad, they have threatened NeuroClastic with a defamation lawsuit if they did not remove it from the website. NeuroClastic has refused, so you know the drill. Please read that article and share on all your social media. We also have LinkedIn NeuroClastic's public statement in regards to the defamation lawsuit threat, as well as a link to their GoFundMe. We are crowdfunding, folks, in case the JRC has the balls to see through with their threat. We also have the pertinent links to the Agape boarding school situation. Agape boarding school is a Christian-themed boarding school based out of Stockton, Missouri that takes in so-called troubled teens as and pending over 21 allegations, claims, and civil lawsuits leveled against it, all which would have been substantiated with cold, hard evidence by the Missouri Department of Social Services, including allegations such as sodomy, rape, sexual assault, child abuse, psychological and emotional abuse, child trafficking, and starvation, and that's just for starters. We have one staff member arrested by the FBI, another, a doctor who's still on the premises, full access to the boys, up on multiple, substantiated again by DSS, claims of sodomy, rape, and sexual assault against the boys there. You've got Eric Schmidt, who kicked the can down the road, and a new attorney general coming in who looks like just as a big of a mega asshat talking point with no action as him, getting ready to come in to take over the case. Send fucking help. And we got a governor on a power trip. He's not only in control of the Missouri part of the National Guard, but now is trying to form a secret service based out of St. Louis. Please give me the group of us, all of us, me, Paul, Des, Jamie, Sid, get us out, for the love of God. So, folks, please share those links, and don't forget to share and sign the Change.org Shut Agape Boarding School Down petition. We got the pertinent links to the Stop the Shocks campaign as well, including Hoya's massive archive on the subject, Jennifer Masumba's behavioral sheet over shockable offenses, the clip that happened in 2002 to Andre McCollins, the templates, and the ever-present self-explanatory Change.org Shut the Judge Rotenberg Center Down petition. When we discuss the JRC, folks, you're going to hear vivid descriptions of and catch clips of surveillance footage of peoples with disabilities being tortured and abused. If you got young children present, please use your headphones. Trigger warning, we're about to descend into the mad ravings of a lunatic mind known as Dr. Israel. You're going to hear ableism, gaslighting, victim blaming, and abuse upon intelligentsia galore. You're going to hear shock and awe and bullshit, okay? So just be prepared for that. This channel is marked not for children for a reason. We use profanity and talk about dark subjects. If your child is 16 and younger, parental supervision is advised. It is 10:50. And though I may not stumble over my words, I may go on a rant. So, apologies for that, all right? One can only handle so much stupid in a general day. This one's looking to be a relatively short video. I say that now, famous last words, right? So let's move on. Behaviors such as these make such students extremely dangerous to themselves and others. This is a famous tactic. It happens to a lot of us with disability. We call it within the community the othering. What is the othering? The othering is when you make a distinct effort to carve us out of the rest of society and throw dangerous labels on us. The othering leads to dehumanization. It leads to two-dimensional characterizing of us. It's a way to separate us out and dehumanize us in such a way and form that people won't blink when you do something to us because you have already convinced them that we're subhuman fucking human beings. It's actually more dangerous than the behaviors that he is describing because it is a means and a way to isolate us out and move us away from any other insulated protection we might have had from society. All those human rights groups who maybe would have spoken out in regards to what we are facing, look twice before they speak out on our behalves because they've already laid the groundwork of othering us from the rest of the herd, if you know what I mean. Or what people would call back in the day, we're the undesirables. Okay? Folks like Dr. Israel, Autism Speaks, and a whole bunch of other bullshit do it every year. My God, what do you think April is? They don't only separate and give us the othering, they also use it to make money off our backs, folks. And Matthew Israel is no different in this regard than Autism Speaks and all other groups like it. Remember, this man gets $250,000 a head at this point in time to other us and torture us. Okay, but that's what that is. That's the othering. That's the culling. That's moving us away from the herd and dehumanizing us so that nobody will speak out about when atrocities are being committed against us. Because we are othered out and treated as less as than fucking animals, okay? Moving on. The behaviors can be so disruptive that their parents cannot keep the students safe at home. Teachers may refuse to serve them in a public or private school environment, and physicians, dentists, and surgeons may be unwilling to provide them with urgently needed medical or dental services. That's another part of this othering right here. Right here. Places like this in Autism Speaks will use the most extreme cases to paint us all with the same broad brushstroke. And why do they do this? It's simple. Because then they can push on to the rest of humanity that we're all like this. And why do they do it? Again, so they can do whatever the hell they want to us without repercussion, because they've already made us look subhuman into the rest of the herd's mind. Right? They believe we're completely dangerous, batshit insane psychopaths who are going to murder you in your sleep and destroy the family and then destroy the rest of the town. You're less likely to speak up when our human rights are being violated with impunity. You're less likely to speak up when billions of dollars every year is being made off of our backs. In fact, you're less likely to question where those billions of dollars are being spent. Yeah, I'm looking at you, Autism Speaks. I haven't forgot you fuckers. Sorry, just saying. They do this, folks. It's almost in its way, not only a way of dehumanizing us, but it's also doing another appeal to authority. A more subtle one, yes, but still an appeal to authority nonetheless. If you want to see what I mean, let me explain it this way. These people are completely out of control, but our experimental bullshit straight out of Auschwitz is going to be used to make your kids better. And I, Dr. Israel, can attest to it. And I'm a doctor. You have to trust me. I specialize in this particular special level of crazy. And I can fix it with my experiments coming straight out of the camp of Auschwitz. I added that part, but, I like to throw a little reality monkey wrench into his general jargon and propaganda bullshit. Okay? When you other an entire group of people, and he's doing this as a completely different groups and throwing us all in one big mismatched ball, stupid. He's throwing us in with mental health issues and then with us and people who have completely different diagnoses entirely. so that he can get away with his little experiments without nary the fuss being carried out. What he didn't count on is that video being ordered to come out about Andre McCollins. He did a major miscalculation. Major miscalculation. He made a mistake back when he wrote this. When he got caught, the courts thought, why does he want to destroy the evidence? Is it as these groups have been presenting? No, it's not. And you get a peek eye's view into what's really going on here. Is he actually shocking these kids to protect them? Is he using extreme desperate means for an extreme desperate time? No, he's not. He shocked Andre McCollins not because he was murdering people, not because he pushed a parent down the stairs, not because he threatened to slit his throat or anybody else's throat, not because he sexually assaulted or raped anyone. He shocked Andre McCollins for over 31 times for the sin of refusing to remove his coat. That is the reality as opposed to the picture that he's trying to paint you that you saw in that previous video there. The actual truth is, folks, he shocked people who weren't doing anything wrong. Standing up for more than 3 seconds from work. Not saying their full name in the form of an entire sentence when just saying your name would suffice. Starving kids, making them earn every single bite of food by appropriate behavior. Yeah, we got a crash course in 2012 and what's really going on in this school. And it's not what Matthew Israel is painting for you. It's not the pill he wants you to swallow. I hate using GOP terminology because they are actually everything they claim the left is. But let me red pill you. Let me red pill you. The other us, they paint these violent, psychotic pictures of us as a means and a way to otherize us. To get you to start thinking of us not as human beings, but as less than animals. So that he can get away with whatever he wants. But when that thin veneer got pulled back, you all got drawn into the horrors of this place. But Dr. Israel, the media, Hollywood, and Autism fucking Speaks have done their job too well. You still care. Yes. To a point. But not enough to actually do something. Not enough to get your boots out there on the ground with ours. See what I mean? This is the sort of programming that we're up against. We need you to fight back. We need you to fight with us. We cannot do this alone, obviously. It is a fucking massive failure on human fucking history that this shit did not end in 2012 when that video went viral. It should have ended then. With that video evidence in your face, in your home, in your living rooms. It should have ended then. The outcry should have just began there. But you all, media, let it sleep. You let Autism Speaks lull you into a false sense of security that everything was well when it wasn't. You've had generation after generation of kids who have come through that hellhole since then. Some have committed suicide. Some are so fucking traumatized that they are too afraid to come out and speak against them. Okay? It should have ended there, but it didn't. We got to ask ourselves, why? Why? And I'll point to the JD versus AH case as a more modern example of what happened and where it went from 2012 with this case. You have audios, right? We have audios, just like we had video surveillance footage. This is why I married those two cases together and saw so many similarities. You had audio. And after the initial support, now all of a sudden, because of the media, just like the media's done with us, the JRC and Autism Speaks, what has it done? What it always does. And who's left with the outcry? The same people who are always out there with the fucking outcry. Okay? So use these two cases, society, as a case study. Let's not let them other us anymore. Let's not let them take a group of people and make you think of them as subhuman anymore. Let's start questioning. Let's start using our logical thinking. Let's analyze facts, shall we? I'll close out on that one. We don't get very many views on this channel. The few that we do tend to get removed from time to time. So please don't forget to hit the like button, hit subscribe, and don't forget to hit the comments. Do appreciate your time. And as always, we here at Spilling Tea hope you have a good one. I'm going to get more cheese ball now. Bye-bye. Cheese ball!